Well, Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 15, check 15. He's coming, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 26, check 26.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they can't bring him down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And Mayfield just getting the play on. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time. Pick up for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
From the gun, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Mike, 53.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. 3rd down here.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Sunday. Check 50. 53's Mike. Check 50. Hey, Zoo. Stay with you.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Miles. Sanders out of the backfield, but it's going to be second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. It's a second down run with Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Done. 280. 53 is the mark.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is caught by Jackson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? Right? We know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Get in the weight room.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's trash. That's trash. Man, 5-7.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Wentz. And he whips that one incomplete there. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Oh, here we go.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, Charlie.
Mayfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back.
58, come on. 58, come on. Keep it up, defense.
Run. Hey, exit.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Right it. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Go,
Hurry.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Mayfield on 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
58, come on. 58, come on.
Go.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
53, come on. 53, check 53. 3 bud. Check.
Hey, 133.
Check 53, smart.
Hurry.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Eagles 3, Browns nothing.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Check me out.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz going to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Protein spill.
Check.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And Buchanan
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep your defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Wentz.
Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Hey,
come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, one.
He can run. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with his 16th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. So on 3rd down, they dialed up the draw play. It worked. Got him in the end zone.
As one of our colleagues likes to say, calling the draw, everyone wants to yell all the time when the draw doesn't work. Like, what kind of play call was that? But it takes a little bit of fortitude to do that, and because you may catch them with the element of surprise and hit it. And in this case, they hit it for pay dirt.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the 2nd one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 1st downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
hurry.
Mayfield looks to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Mayfield now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Now Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Regular.
58, Mike.
Come on, boy. You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
58 for Mike.
Mayfield now from the 50. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
82.
56
From the 25 on 2nd down, Wentz, and he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 49.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check
Sunday.
Rush in.
X3. 218. Chop done.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Time to go, night, night.
82,
56, Mike, 56. Not here. 56 to Mike.
Now Wentz again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 4 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
Hey, 133.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, they'll come up now, third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Regular.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Try to lay one up deep. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Odell Beckham. Incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Jackson. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Wentz now on first down. And he fires one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Wentz now to throw. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
The great 57.
Into the red zone. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
First down and goal to go.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Number 53, Mike 53.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hurry, hurry. Motion, motion. Slap, slap. Let's go.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go.
Greystone, travel.
No, no, no. Shoot, shoot.
Run, run, run.
58's the mic.
One time.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic.
Hurry.
Team, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
First down, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
King.
Check. Check out.
6-6. Pull it high.
They'll run on first down. Sellers, he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Silver.
Hurry! Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Smooth. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Hurry.
From the gun, Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Get your swerve on.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Wentz on the bootleg. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Check right.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Here's Wentz to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Good stuff. Keep going there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pistol. Hey, wahoo!
Let's go.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, alert!
50 into the mic. Go 50 into the mic.
I got it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Trey 15.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Two gen. Hey, Echo.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Interception, baby, all day.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
They go for just one here as it's up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Going for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with 2 guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
First down, Cleveland.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, I'm 133.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion.
Bravo.
Mike, 53. 53.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Come on.
They'll go again with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd down, Hilliard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go. Waiting.
Number 53. Mike, 53. I got him.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile...